What's going on, YouTube? This is my video, kind of like a pre-build video. I didn't want to have to build a PC this year, considering prices are just absolutely through the roof with both AMD and Nvidia, mainly Nvidia, because they are absolutely ridiculously priced, especially their 50 series graphics cards. Anyways, I just wanted to do like this pre-video, and then I'll make another video after the build's done. But this is my 2025 build. I've decided to go all AMD this time. I've never had all AMD before. I've always been an Nvidia and Intel fan. My last computer that I had before this one was an actual laptop because, you know, due to the size and, you know, my circumstances, I went with the i9 and a RTX 4090 laptop, which lasted about a year and a half. And then all of a sudden it died for no reason. So now I'm starting over. And, you know, because of Nvidia and their prices and how they're pretty much looking at customers these days, I'm letting them take a back seat this time. And I'm gonna give AMD some love, and I'm just gonna go over kind of like, you know, what I have going on. First off, a case. I've been watching tons of videos and doing lots of research. I kind of want a case that's gonna be really universal and it's not gonna have any problems with size of graphics cards in the future. So I decided to go with the Lee. I like the 011 Dynamic Evo. It's really nice because this case is cool because you can actually get a PCI extender and you can actually run your graphics card on the side, and that can have cool air coming out, as well as you can mount the radiator at the top if you wanted to. So really having some fans at the bottom and a fan in the rear as an intake will give you plenty of cooling. But this time around, I'm gonna mount my radiator here on the side. I'm gonna have this as an exhaust right up here at the top. I've got an exhaust fan right there on the rear, and my intake fan will be for the CPU. The actual liquid cooler is going to be mounted on the side, and I have 3 intake fans as well, and they all are synced up with ICU Link because I did decide to go with the Corsair LCD, which is really popular, and I've heard it cools really well. But that's the case and the fans. You know, I'm gonna get them all synced up, so it's gonna look really nice. The power supply, I decided to go with Corsair. I've always been a huge Corsair fan. And I went with 1,000 watts. I don't really need that much for this build, but I decided to go a little bit more for future updatability. RAM, that's a big one. That's like staring down a rabbit hole. There's so many different speeds and latency kits and everything. I went right in the middle where it's safe. I went with the Corsair Vengeance because that can sync up with all the RGB. It is running at 6,000 megahertz with the CL30. So it's gonna have that 30 latency, so it's gonna be really good and smooth. I'm looking for more stability, and I'm not looking into like overclocking the shit out of stuff. So that's going to be good. The graphics card, that's a big subject. I decided to go AMD because they are a lot more reasonable than the 50 series cards. I mean, they have RTX 5070 Ti's, which is a mid-level card. They're going to run up about $1,400 for that card, and I'm not going to spend that for a mid-level card. I already spent way more than I should have for this card, and that because, you know, the way the economy is, and I don't even want to get into that, but I went with the AMD 9070 XT Red Devil Edition. It is probably one of the more popular versions. It does have a factory overclock on it. You know, 16 gigs of VRAM, so it should last, you know, a good little while, at least till hopefully Nvidia comes back to planet Earth with their prices. So I'm rocking the AMD graphics card this time. Should be plenty of fine. It should be, you know, plenty of speed because I'm only running 1440p on a 240 hertz monitor. With the SSD NVMe, I went with the new Samsung 9100 Pro. That's like almost 15,000 mega transfers per second. I guess that's how you say it. It's like stupid fast. So I wanted something that's going to be really snappy with, you know, starting games up and any type of work I'm going to be doing. So I definitely went that way. They're a little pricey, but man, I think they're going to be worth it in the long run. The motherboard, that is the ASRock 870E Nova, the Phantom Gaming Edition. That was totally backwards, but anyways, it's a good, probably about a mid-level motherboard. You know, it's got all the specs and everything, and that's all I need, you know, for what I'm doing. It's pretty fast. You know, I can put like 4 NVMe's on that thing, so I have plenty of expansion, you know, for the future if I needed to. And the last part, and to me, the most important part, is the AMD 9950X3D. That is the cat's pajama CPU. That is going to be my first real performance AMD CPU. I had one in the past. It was an AMD 6100. And man, I want to say that was like a 4-core or something like that. And this is a 16-core, 32-thread, blazing fast. It has stupid amount of cache RAM. So that's going to be great for productivity, and it's going to run games better than any CPU on the market. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the build. You know, I might add a little things here and there. I am going to be rocking the thermal paste that's actually on this cooler. Normally I go to Thermal Grizzly, but this time I kind of want to see how the factory thermal paste is going to work with that. Hopefully it'll manage all the temperatures good. But if not, I'll take all that off and reapply some Thermal Grizzly, and we'll be good to go. But yeah, this is that video, man. Yeah, I mean, the way the market is, it costs quite a bit. I think right now it's probably the worst time to build a computer. But considering the circumstances, I kind of really didn't have a choice, because this is a hobby of mine like everybody else that loves gaming. But anyways, I just want to make a video and see what y'all think, man. If you think that I got a really good combination together. Like I said, I did a little bit of research. It's been about almost 7 years since I've built a computer. It's kind of like riding a bike. You never forget it. But I'm just hoping I got the right stuff to mix together. It should be good. But if anybody has any recommendations, or, you know, I know these AMDs, especially the graphics card and all that, they love undervolting. So instead of doing a whole lot of overclocking, I'm going to focus more on undervolting. I did some undervolting on my laptop, and the i9 really liked that. So that's really what I'm going to focus on, instead of doing a lot of overclocking and adding more heat. But anyways, y'all let me know what you think, man. If you want to leave a comment, you feel free. And like I said, I take any recommendations or any opinions, you know, I definitely appreciate. But y'all have a good one, man. Let me know what you think. And I will make a video once I'm done with this. Probably be done later on this evening. And hopefully I'll get another video out. But until then, man, y'all take it easy, and y'all have a good one.